I'm here to present on investigating productivity and sustainability of smallholder dairy farming in Namibia. And the research was supervised by Mr. P.R. Onkomo. To begin with the introduction, dairy farming, dairy production is the rearing of animals with intention of getting milk for both consumption and for sale. That's according to Onkomo, and that was personal communication. Dairy farming serves as essential source of livelihood for many smallholder farmers. On background information, Namitambo and other areas in Kirasu ventured into dairy farming through cattle pass-on programs introduced by Shimpa, and some of the farmers bought the cattle themselves. And the problem statement, studies suggest that many farmers face persistent barriers that limit both productivity and sustainability in dairy operations. Objectives. The main objective is to investigate the productivity and sustainability of smallholder dairy farming. On specific objectives, first one is to assess management practices. Second one is to examine the socio-economic and infrastructure factors. The third one is to identify the coping strategies and the innovations adopted by the farmers. Methodology. The study area. The study was conducted among 5 selected villages in Namitambo, Kirasu, and a sample size of 40 was determined into the study, in which 8 respondents were obtained in each village. A survey was conducted in the sample population to collect data. The survey used a questionnaire designed to capture both quantitative and qualitative data. Interviews were conducted face-to-face with respondents in order to ensure the comprehensive data collection. The survey took place over a period of 2 weeks to ensure coverage across different farming schedules. And on data analysis, the collected data was analyzed using Microsoft Office Excel 2024. Now, let's look at the results and discussion. Will be based on feeding practices and resource availability, socio-economic and infrastructure factors, and also coping strategies, innovations, and supporting systems. Now, first of all, let's look at feeding practices. And on feeding practices, feeding is a central pillar of dairy productivity, and store feeding is primarily used by farmers in Namitambo. And use of concentrates, there are no formulated feed. They mostly use what is readily available. In most cases, it's just maize bran. And pasture availability, there is insufficient quality pasture due to more farmers venturing into dairy farming, and also horticulture being conducted in the that lead to scarce of quality pasture. And management. On experience, ironically, experienced farmers are lazy in color management. That's very green and rare. And about gender, the research found that gender is almost equally distributed. In a sense that men, women, and children are all involved. And let's go to the second, which is socio-economic and infrastructure factors. The market and marketing channels seem to be the problem that has to be improved. The veterinary support, the transport infrastructure, feed input costs. And on veterinary support, it was seen that about 40% of the respondents, they have access to veterinary practitioners, while 45% use the people who are not really veterinary qualified, but they practice this in the field. And 15% of farmers, they just buy the drugs and inject the cattle themselves. And coping strategies and innovations and support systems. Coping with feed shortages. The farmers, due to feed shortage, they cover distances to fetch for pasture. They can go to areas like Bangwe, which is almost 13 kilometers to fetch for wood and paratamo pasture. And sometimes they use crop residues. They also construct improved feed storage like racks and so on. And some has innovations on safe treatment and peer learning, although safe treatment puts a risk of antimicrobial resistance. Now let's go to conclusion and recommendation. Conclusion: feeding challenges. We have observed that farmers mainly rely on natural grasses and crop residues with minimal concentrate use. There's no community feed used. And on infrastructure and market, there is also observed that there is poor road network. It is tough when it comes to rainy season and transport delays, and there was also low milk prices. Another one is limited to veterinary services. It's a little bit scarce access to qualified vets. The vets are there, yes, but to access them is a little bit tough. And on recommendation, we recommend that feed conservation techniques. We recommend a training on silage and hay production, since out of 4 respondents, no one was observed to be using silage or hay. So we recommend a training on silage and hay production. And we recommend that where possible, the government should strengthen the veterinary and extension services, and also can improve milk marketing infrastructure, like introducing milk market competition in milk. Taking this far, thank you for your attention.